If you've been investing in stocks for a while, I'm sure this has happened to you. You open 10 different tabs, check prices, look for news, try to figure out if a company's expensive or cheap, and in the end, you're more confused than when you started. I went through that for years until I found InvestingPRO. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly what it is, how it works inside, what each tool is for, and above all, if it's worth paying for. And here's a heads up. There's a way to get it with more than a 50% discount, which I'll explain at the end. Look, I've tried many platforms for analyzing stocks over the years. And when I say many, I mean many, really. Some have good charts, but little data. Others have data, but the interface is a mess, and others just give you information so basic that Google was enough. So when I got to InvestingPRO, the first impression was different. I felt like I was using something that wasn't made for the average investor, but for someone who wants to do things right. But what exactly is InvestingPRO? It's the premium version of investing.com, which is one of the most visited finance sites in the world. The difference from the free version is huge. In the paid version, you have access to institutional data, the same used by hedge funds and professional analysts, but presented in a way that anyone can understand. Now then, who is InvestingPRO for? I'd say it's for anyone who wants to invest with more information and less uncertainty. You don't need to be an economist or have studied finance. The platform is designed so that someone who's just learning can understand what they're looking at, and at the same time, for someone with more experience to go as deep as they want. And here comes something important that I want you to be clear about from the start. InvestingPRO has two paid plans, the Pro plan and the Pro Plus plan. The Pro plan has all the essentials for analyzing stocks, finding opportunities, and using artificial intelligence. The Pro Plus plan is a more advanced version, with more metrics, more financial history, more filters, and more data export capabilities. I use it daily, and I'll tell you honestly, I wouldn't pay for it if it didn't give me results. And it gives me results because it not only saves me hours of research, but it gives me the confidence to make decisions. And that, in the world of investing, is worth a lot. I'm telling you from my own experience. InvestingPRO is one of the few things I gladly pay for every year because I feel it gives me back much more than it costs. And in the description, I'll leave the link so you can take advantage of it. Well, let's get to what I like most. I'm going to show you how I analyze a stock within InvestingPRO, and to make it easier to understand, I'll use a concrete example, Alphabet, the company behind Google. The first thing you see when you search for a stock is the current price, the daily change, and the price range for the last 52 weeks. This gives you immediate context. Is it near its all-time highs, or is it currently at a low point? It's like when you go shopping and first check if it's on sale or at its highest price of the year. But what really interests me, and what I consider one of the most valuable things on the platform, is fair value. InvestingPRO tells you what the stock should be worth based on an average of up to 17 different valuation models, including the famous 10-year DCF model, which was the one most used by Warren Buffett, the greatest investor of all time. And the best part is that it's not just a number that comes out of nowhere. You can expand each model and see exactly how it's calculated. The estimated growth, the discount rate, the terminal value, everything. And if you think the company will grow more than the model estimates, you can modify it and see how the result changes. It also shows you the price target that analysts have. In the case of Alphabet, for example, there are more than 50 analysts following the stock and giving their price estimates. Then there's financial health, which is a score from 1 to 5 that summarizes the company's situation in 5 dimensions: growth, price momentum, relative value, profitability, and cash flow. This is perfect for when you don't want to dive into the balance sheets, but you do want to know if the company's healthy or has problems. And for those of us who do like deeper analysis, I also check key financial indicators: profit margins, debt levels, return on invested capital, and also valuation multiples, like the PE ratio or price to book value. One thing I love to do in the charts section is compare a stock's price with its earnings over time. What used to take me hours across multiple tabs, I now have right here in one place. Alright, we already know how to analyze a stock, but now comes a question I get all the time. How do I find good stocks in the first place? Because the market has thousands of companies, you can't check them one by one. For that, InvestingPRO has 4 tools that I use constantly and that I think are among the best on the entire platform. The first one is called Warren AI. It's InvestingPRO's artificial intelligence chat. Think of it like a chat GPT, but specifically trained with real financial data. Balance sheets, quarterly results, market news, everything. The second tool is the ideas section, and this is where it gets interesting. InvestingPRO shows you the actual portfolios of the world's most famous investors: Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Ray Dalio. You can see exactly which companies they have their money in, which sectors they're betting on most heavily, and how they've performed over the last year or the last 3 or 5 years. The third tool is the Artificial Intelligence Pro Picks. Here, the platform combines AI analysis with expert analyst criteria to build portfolios or strategies that are ready to follow. There are strategies designed to outperform the S&P 500, others focused on tech companies, and others that are more defensive. And the fourth tool, which I think is one of the most powerful on the whole platform, is the Advanced Screener. Here you can filter thousands of companies from all over the world using whatever criteria you want. Well, we've reached the chapter that I know many of you have been waiting for. How much does InvestingPRO cost, and is it worth paying for? I'm going to be completely honest with you. First, the prices. InvestingPRO has 2 plans, the Pro Plan and the Pro Plus plan. The Pro Plan is designed for the investor who wants all the essential tools: fair value, financial health, Warren AI, Pro Picks, the screener with popular filters, and data from over 70 markets around the world. The Pro Plus plan is the most complete version, with over 1,200 metrics, 10 years of financial history, customizable valuation models, advanced screener, and the ability to export data. It's basically the version for the more dedicated investor who wants total depth. Now, the regular price for the Pro plan is around $9 a month billed annually, and the Pro Plus plan is about $25 a month billed annually. Now, the question that really matters: is it worth it? Look, I'm going to give you my personal and honest opinion. I'm not going to tell you to buy something if I don't truly believe in it. I use InvestingPRO every day, and I'm happy to pay for it, because what it gives me isn't just information, it's clarity. Before, I used to waste hours jumping between pages, comparing data from different sources, trying to put together a picture of a company. Now I go into InvestingPRO, search for the stock, and in minutes, I have everything I need to decide if it's worth analyzing in depth or not. That, for me, has enormous value. But I'm also going to be honest about this: it's not for everyone. If you're a very casual investor who checks their portfolio once a month and doesn't have much interest in analyzing companies, maybe you don't need a tool at this level. But if you're someone who takes their investment seriously, who wants to make decisions based on real data and not on rumors or what someone says on social media, then InvestingPRO pays for itself. If after everything you've seen in this video, you're interested in trying InvestingPRO, now is the time. In the description, I've left the link with the best discount available right now. And that's all.